Hey guys, my name is Isis Gogler. This is my internship presentation. I did my internship at Enterprise Integrations. So they're an IT company that is recognized by CRN as one of North America's top managed service providers. This means that they remotely manage other companies' IT infrastructures and end user systems for an agreed amount of time. Basically, they take on the IT of another company and makes them more efficient and secure by taking a proactive approach and using up-to-date technologies customized for the clients by people who just really know what they're doing. They're really good at their jobs. It's a small privately held company with anywhere between 250 to 500 employees at a given time. They manage more than 50,000 devices globally. Their clients include CSX, Tote Maritime, Brown Jordan International, Crowley, Jacksonville International Airport, Gateway Rehabilitation, and a whole lot more. They specialize in artificial intelligence, managed security, big data solutions, IT operation management, asset management, staffing and recruiting management, integrated service center, IT consulting services, a lot more of that. My internship took place between May 14th and May 13th and June 14th. I worked Mondays and Fridays from anywhere from 8:30 to 9 o'clock in the morning to 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My mentors were Mike Dowdery and Gabriel Bowen. Mike was head of the systems operations department, and Gabe was was a senior network engineer, and they're both on the board of directors. I was able to work with and observe most aspects of the departments at the Jacksonville headquarters, from the help desk to the network engineering department and the security teams. To begin my internship, Mike had me at the help desk so I could start at the bottom and get a feel for what Enterprise really does. I shadowed Jennifer for the day and listened in on phone calls and the ways that she dealt with the clients and handled their problems and corrected their issues. I found this a really great way to link what I had learned in my network administrations class and the real world way that this applies into the workforce. Some highlights of my internship were the SAL meeting. This was probably one of the most beneficial, interesting experiences I had during my stay at Enterprise Integrations. SAL stands for a statement of work. And so this meeting is where all the integral parts of an upcoming project come together to discuss what needs to be done, how long it's going to take, and how much it's going to cost the client. Harmony was the lead in this meeting because she is the person of contact between between Enterprise Integrations and Tote Maritime. It's Harmony's job to take all the information and the costs and put it into a comprehensive statement for the client to go over, discuss, bargain, question, and eventually agree to. Because she's the point of contact, Harmony has developed a knack for asking the hard questions that she feels the client is going to ask her. Such as, why will this take this long? Why will it cost this much? Who will be responsible for providing the parts or devices? What exactly is required or expected of the client? Things like that. And I immediately had a lot of admiration for Harmony with the way that she could command a room, her quick thinking, the way that she really took charge of a room that consisted of only men besides just me. That was really great to see a woman in charge. So that was a good part of the internship for me. And then obviously sitting in on the everyday conference calls, I found that pretty beneficial, to see how the teams work together and discuss problems that might be coming up and the ways that they would like to solve them. And then one of my favorite parts of the internship was when I got to sit in on an interview. They were looking to replace a member who had left that week, and they invited me to sit in on the interview that they were holding for a prospective employee. Gabe was conducting the interview with his top engineers, and before the prospect employee was due to come in, Gabe suggested that I take a chance at doing the lab they had put together to test the would-be team members. There were a few tricks in the lab set up to purposefully trip people up, and I caught a few of them. There were obviously parts of the lab that were beyond my scope of knowledge, but Gabe assured me that I had actually done quite well. And then when the interviewee came in, I was shocked at how little this man knew about the basics of networking that I had down pat. He had all the certificates and years of experience in the field, but it became quite obvious early on that he had not had to spend time behind an actual computer in quite some time. I think his role for the last few years had primarily been superficial, just managing other people and making sure they were doing their job. So this boosted my ego a bit and gave me a hope for my future in network engineering. And it was definitely a great way to close out my weeks at Enterprise Integrations. Overall, I had a great time interning at Enterprise Integrations. I learned a lot from my mentors, Mike and Gabe, and I gained perspective what it really means to work in an IT company. From the bottom of the help desk up to the senior network and systems management departments, I made connections that I can count on for help in the future. Most of all, I learned how all the different parts of an IT company work together to become a well-oiled machine to service their clients in a professional and secure way. I also learned that I'm a bit more knowledgeable than I had previously thought, and that my hopes and dreams for a future are not just pipe dreams, and that I do have a future in this industry. I walked away from this experience with a greater knowledge of the industry and a greater appreciation for myself and my skills. So thanks for listening, guys. Hope you had as good of a time at your internships as I did.